Hey, what's good, everybody? This is Charles. I am Brandon Madison of Nexxlegacy Radio, and I have with me a return beautiful guest, beautiful artist, who has a new song out. So she's going to talk about that and just how she's feeling about the music industry. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to have a lot of fun for this time that we have. And I have the beautiful, talented Miss Eyez on Next Legacy. What's up, young lady? Welcome back.
Hello.
How's everything?
I'm doing great.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I'm glad you're back. And I know you're back because you have a new single to talk about. But before we get into that, how's everything with you though? Let's kind of reconnect and let's tap in with that. How's everything going with you?
Oh man, things are going pretty good. Can't really complain. Definitely have a lot of new hopes and dreams in my life. So yeah.
Okay. Hopes and dreams. You wanna tell people a little bit or you wanna keep it under wraps? What's up?
It's something that I will be sharing on if you're a member of my emailing list or follow me on Instagram. It's something that I will share, but I'd like to sit with it first before I go sharing and talking about it, you know?
Respect that. I can respect that. Just because I know, especially with like new things, new projects, new situations, stuff like that, you wanna contemplate it and see how it rolls out. I mean, that's all a part of marketing at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. So tell me about this new song that you got cooking. So tell the folks a little bit about it.
So my latest single is called It's the One. So it's a song that I released. It was a little late doing some of the promotion, but I'm here now. So I got to like premiere it, I guess you could say, on a television show here in my area, Artist Expression. I got to perform it live on television. So, I'm just, doing more events, both private and public events, to help promote the new single. It's one of my favorite songs that I recorded, when I was recording a succession of songs at that particular studio. So, you know, I'm happy that I'm finally releasing it. I wanted to release that one first,
Okay.
but what I did is I released those songs backwards because of the subject matter. I didn't want to. It's kind of embarrassing, but I released Still a Rainbow first, and then I started moving kind of backwards with all those songs. Not all of the songs, but the songs that I was doing like at that time period at that studio. Because I have other songs I recorded there too, but with this particular audio engineer and that time period,
Okay.
I wanted to release them backwards.
Okay. All right. So when you say backwards, you basically it's a story that you telling, and you just basically you gave up part two before you gave up part one, right?
No, it's not that. It's just that I know that the subject matter of It's the One is heavy. And for me, it's embarrassing. I mean, yeah, for me, it's embarrassing. So it's not that I'm ashamed of my song, but everybody's not in the mood to hear about what I'm singing about. So I released Still a Rainbow first because I figured that's something that everybody else would rather hear first. And
Okay.
a lot of times whenever you release music or even a picture on Instagram, anything, when you're an artist, any type of an artist, whatever you did or done, that's your first and last impression, even if you had no control over it.
Okay.
Even with bigger celebrities, unfortunately, I don't want to say anything negative. I love Michael Jackson, right? But some people's first impression of him was something negative.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
it's like, you don't have any control over that. So I wanted to have a little bit of control. And, I didn't want to, my first song with him, like, it's a serious subject matter, but um, I wanted to release something a little lighter first.
I got
And
you. I got you.
so
No, so and I respect that. That's all a part of marketing. So it's the one. Can you dive a little deep into a little bit about it for the people out there so they can like pique their curiosity in terms of what it's about?
Well, so a lot of artists, maybe not a lot. I can only speak for myself. I'm an artist and I've been an artist my whole life.
Hmm.
So I mean, I know a lot of people say, "Well, not your whole life." Well, I was. So it is what it is. I was singing when I was a baby. I sung before I could talk. I cannot remember every single thing from when I'm a baby,
Right,
but
right,
I remember being in preschool. I remember before preschool, singing lessons, acting lessons. I did tumbling, dancing, ballet, all of those things. And it's like at some point in your life, you need some type of material success, right? And
okay,
for me, that seldomly happens. And even some artists don't get material success, but they're happy. They're good because they have something else.
right,
I remember I used to get bullied in school a lot. And then, all artists have that day where they get their get back. They might see them appear, might see you on television. And one time that did happen. And one kid who was particularly always bullying me, because I would get bullied by everyone, he saw me. He was like, "I saw you on TV." I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yep." And then he told some of the others, like, "Yeah, no, she cool. I seen her on TV." But aside from that one moment, I didn't usually get that kind of treatment. You know what I mean? Like to calm down with some of this bullying. Look, I saw her on TV. Some people it made their lives worse, but I'm talking about me. I,
mhm,
I never really got too much get back. I never got too much out of it. Um, and when you're an artist, you sacrifice a lot.
true.
You sacrifice, I can't talk about what other artists sacrifice, but I've sacrificed a lot, including my health, so um sometimes it feels that suicide is the best option for you because when you're put in this world to sing, to write, to create, and to dance, and everything has to be so negative. And then when you follow the rules and you do everything correctly, and someone comes along and says, "What? Wait in line? I ain't got to wait in line. Move out my way." And they push their way to the top. But when you merely just walked in and said, "Oh, excuse me, I didn't see you. Oh, it's such a problem. You got to start over and go all the way to the back." But somebody else comes and they get rewarded for that behavior. And that's just true. It's just facts. I'm not going to speak for anyone else, but I mean, I've seen it happen multiple times. So it it doesn't make you believe in life. It doesn't make you believe in God in a positive way. It doesn't make you believe in the universe, in the spirits, and whatever it is that someone believes in a positive way.
So
So,
let me ask you a question about that though, because I always look at suicide prevention is real big in my life, in terms of watching other people, hearing about other people check out, for those specific reasons. That's why mental health is so important. Um,
mhm,
those people, it's especially if you're talking about the people. Oh, I'm in the front of the lines. You got somebody telling you to go to the back of the line or whatever. Me personally, I don't listen to those people. I don't listen to those people for the simple fact that if you are in control of your destiny, be it if you're an artist or an artist of whatever it is you want to do, you have control over certain things. I'm not talking about financial, I'm just talking about creativity in terms of you don't have to listen to that record label or that producer or that whoever. If you feel like this is your best way to go, do it that way. And then wherever the chips may fall, it may fall.
mhm.
Do you
Yeah,
agree, or because I just feel like
sometimes.
a lot of people conform to whatever it is that society wants you to be, especially in music. That's why I legit got it right here. There's no soul in the music industry because I really and truly believe that, because there isn't. because you see what's happened to a lot of people's finances, and then people check out when they, when they clearly have so much talent, but then they lose their way for whatever reason or something like that. And it's just crazy how society wants people to be. But how about you be your best self in the way you want it to be, and then whatever happens happens.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, is
I
that is
understand what you mean.
yeah, is that what this song is about, or what's the
No.
core of what it's all about though?
It's just based on different scenarios. Like
Okay.
this isn't what the second verse is about. So
Mhm.
um the second verse reminds me of a story that I heard. It's a true story. If you watch television in the 80s and 90s, you probably heard it. There was a rock band who was doing lots of gigs, and they needed a bigger van because that gig was so far away, and they needed to go up a lot of hills. And he told the car salesman, "Hey, this is my band. We have to fit all our instruments in this van. You have a nice van right there. How much is that? Oh, I'll give it to you for a deal. It's a steal." But the salesman, he knew that the brakes didn't work um, on that particular van, but he sold it to him anyway for a good
Mhm.
deal. And everyone in that van died on the way to that gig. So it's the one. That's the one. That's what this song's
Wow.
about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you paid the money. You went to a legit car dealership. You asked them all the right questions, and you still lost.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hurt the band's feelings, but I'm just saying they're not here, and
Right.
that's what the song is about.
And that's
So they
that's
did
terrible.
everything correctly. Hmm.
Yeah. But you know what? And it's not, and to me it's just it's hard how life is too in general, because when you put your hands in the situation and you hope that you're trusting somebody to hold you down, not just with a sale of a car. It could be something in regards to anything else, but we're just going to put this car sales into particular. Like, I can go
Yeah.
to a dealership right now and I could buy a used car, and I can hope that the brakes is what it is and everything is what it is or whatnot. It's my trust. Maybe it's me, but my trust is so low now where it's just like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take it somewhere else and see what that looks like, because I don't want to fall into that situation that you're talking about, right? So
Yeah.
trust becomes a very, very important factor in our lives, especially now more than ever. But I want to even say, even if you go backwards, we still should have had trust issues with a lot of different
Yeah.
things, by the way a lot of different people say what they say. Like, I
Mhm.
think it's important. But nah, you touched on something that's heavy, and I think people definitely need to go check it out.
Oh,
Is
thank
it
you.
is it released now, or
Yes,
is
yes, it's
released
released.
now?
Like I said, the promotion I had to start a little late, but I'm here.
Okay. Better late than never
So
when it comes to like stuff that you want to do. Remember, you are the captain of your own ship, so it's fine. Like, I mean, and I'm gonna go get it, stream it, put it on Next Legacy Radio so it can get some airplay.
I
But I
thank
think
you.
the biggest thing about what you're trying to do is you're trying to socially throw certain things out there to let people be aware, right?
I guess so. Sometimes suicide songs are a cry for help. That's a
Yeah,
part of it too. So
yeah.
I mean, I do have depression. So it's I probably felt that way and just wasn't ready to talk about it. I don't know. I just know that I was ready to write something. I
Hmm.
wasn't expecting for those lyrics to come out in particular, but some of it was more stuff at the I was going through at the time, but some of it was just stuff I just that just came out my mouth. So I did have a manager that I felt like was like not doing enough. But that doesn't account for everything.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Or every verse or every lyric.
So when you say the
So
manager not doing enough, in your words, what do you feel should have or could have been done? um, to either maintain that relationship or to, help grow your
Still have
brand.
a relationship with that person. Just at that time, I felt like he just wasn't doing enough. Like he would forget things. He
Wow.
would I told him to I asked him to do something and he never got to it. And I'm thinking that you got started, but you didn't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was also some people I wanted him to contact that he knew, but it turned out that he just didn't want to contact them.
Wow.
So, I try not to have too many bad in things on super bad terms, but he did something. I mean, you know, in this regard, I had a manager. Like,
No doubt.
everybody doesn't have a good manager. My manager wasn't lying about money. He just wasn't doing some of the stuff he was saying he was going to do.
Well, I always look
So,
at it too. You're only as good as your effort anyway. So if your effort's
hmm
low, then what good are you? As far as just,
yeah,
not just being and hovering around my life, but just in general. Like if I already know, all right, Eyes has a plan and I'm your manager or whatever, and I see a vision and I feel like this need to be done, then we're gonna
yeah,
communicate. Like to me, I think the biggest thing in life right now is communication. Like, I just posted something on IG a little earlier today. Like over communicating and over effort is everything, especially in the business we're in. Like you have to go above and beyond and do
yeah,
above and beyond things in order for things to be able to progress. And if you can't put that trust in a manager or an artist or whoever, then it's just going to make it hard to grow, right?
yeah,
And I think the biggest thing, especially, when it comes to music and musicians and trying to be able to put your best foot forward, is I just learned in general to, stop waiting for people. Like
yeah,
you could be patient all day. And I feel like over in life, I have to a degree, but I feel like if you're not as hungry as me, then we gonna have a problem though. Like it's a
yeah,
problem. Cause I know your situation is realistic because there's a lot of managers who skateboard on certain things. It's not just financially
yeah,
though. It's about, you know what? Hey, I need you to do XYZ. And if you can't do XYZ, can you just let me know and know why so we can move on to a plan B? Or if you
yeah,
just ghost me, then we gonna have all kinds of problems. Like, I
yeah.
listen, that's
Well,
just
he
a
didn't
part.
ghost me or anything. He
Yeah,
just,
but it's
was,
just
yeah,
as bad when you don't have
yeah,
somebody that is hardcore in your corner and then they don't deliver or they don't communicate. That just makes it
yeah.
hard. That just makes it hard. So with this release of this new song and it's out on all streaming platforms, right?
hmm Yeah.
With this,
Um,
mhm.
Yeah, all streaming platforms.
With
And you
this,
can still buy it on Amazon, on iTunes,
yeah,
Seven
that's one.
Digital, and Bandcamp. Yeah.
That's what I was about to say because I feel
Yeah.
like I need to go get that thing, put that thing on my station. Buying it is better than getting it for free, and that's why I need other artists and other people and fans and people curious. Like if someone's curious to go check out Eyes right now in this song, I need people to just go tap in and get to know her and follow her on social media and stuff like that. I think is important. Like people got to put that out there because it's not like you spent 5 minutes to do this song. It probably took some time for
Yeah.
you to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's
Yeah.
important to share the effort. So basically this song, and I'm gonna go back to it real quick. This song basically you took some pieces of what's going on in the real world, going on in your life situation, and blended this all in together and made this song, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a bit of a weird vibe that was going on at the time too. So, I
You
mean,
want to share?
more morbid stuff, huh?
You want to share?
I could, but this is a good example as to why I didn't want to release this first. So when I wrote the song, uh, at the time, my neighbor was dead upstairs and I didn't know it. And he
Damn.
had been dead. He had been dead there for a long time and no one knew uh, for a few months. And some of it, I think, maybe was like that kind of a cry for help too, as well. Uh,
Wow.
yeah. So there was a little bit of different energy in the air. And that at that particular time too. But I forgot part of the question.
No, no, no,
The
no.
I
You
think that
you hit on it. You hit on it.
yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. No, I mean, because you just said something about different energy, which is really what I'm big on these days too. Like
Mhm.
energy, just like effort, never lies. Like yeah, effort. If you don't have 100% effort, you're only going half of it, and half of it's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
If you're not communicating 100% and only half of it is not going to get you anywhere either. I'm also big on energy. If energy
Mhm.
ain't vibing right, if the connection ain't made, you can feel energy. Eyes like I just like I do.
Mhm.
You don't have to be a full on empath like I am to
Yeah.
know or to feel something's off. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna attend this. I'm not gonna deal with that person or whatever. But some people ignore it though. Just and I
Yeah.
feel like you don't. But can you tell people what? I mean, what are your thoughts as far as why people ignore those specific things in general?
Sometimes you don't want to acknowledge the truth.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to accept the truth. So I think sometimes too, you might know things, but I think people always specifically look for a gut instinct. And sometimes it's not your gut, it's your brain. And when it's your brain, you try to argue with your brain. So sometimes your gut ain't working because it's your brain that's telling you, nah,
That's fair.
that's I don't think that's true. But
That's fair.
you're going along with it anyway. But
Yeah, I
your
mean,
brain is still yeah.
it's fair, but it's also weird to me. I mean, but my younger self probably went through that. So that's why I
Yeah.
get it. As I got older though, maybe I'm just real low on the bullshit. Maybe I just don't want to deal with people like that. But to me, I'm brutally honest, or not even brutally
Mhm.
honest. I'm just honest. Like you have to be. Not saying I wasn't back then, but I just feel like
Mhm.
everything in my life has to have a purpose. And if you don't have a purpose, or if we can't figure out what that purpose is or what it looks like, then it's just going to be dangerous dealing with you because then we're going into the unknown. Like, I don't know what you're here for. I don't even know why I'm dealing with you. You know what I mean? Like, I start putting certain things into different perspective when it comes to stuff like that, right? So, all that is just a mix to say, like, even in music, how you listen to music, right? Like, listening to your song is going to probably trigger somebody to be, oh, I gotta
Yeah.
be a little bit more aware, right? Like, or I gotta tap in a little bit, not just your singing talents, but also just the message with it. So and without listening to it, I gotta commend you on the fact that you're putting something out there that tells a story and not just fluff or some extra shit. You know what I mean? Like I
Oh,
just feel
thank
like
you.
that's important. So let me ask you this though. So with everything that you hear nowadays in this business, and you feel like you had to go with a more different kind of energy before this energy came out, what do you feel about the industry now in general, as far as just how it's done and dealt with and marketed and all that stuff?
There's definitely pockets of change that comes here and there. There's opportunities that come here and there. One in particular that I was thinking of is the all gingers or black trend, and how several gingers or redheads, the music started going
That
viral.
that used to be a TikTok. That was a TikTok thing. I caught that though. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But
It's
go
a
ahead. I'm
big
sorry.
deal. And now one of my favorite artists today, like for the time being, is Cinco Money. I listen to that man's music every single day.
Okay.
So because of that trend, I have some because it's hard for me to listen to new music that I genuinely like and can listen to every day.
Right.
I might like a song, but I can't listen to it every day. When my morning starts or want to start, going throughout my day, I listen to It's on the Way, Dance with Me. Uh he has so many songs that he has released, and those two I listen to a lot. He has these other two hip hop songs that I listen to, but I forgot the name of those. But those four songs, I listen to them every day. A lot of his songs have positive messages. The hip hop ones don't.
Yeah.
The last, so he don't normally do songs like this. But the last line of one of his songs, it was a feature with a rapper. He was like, ass, titties, gratitude and positivity. ass, titties, gratitude and positivity. Am I doing too much? Am I doing too much? I'm like, yes, you're doing too much. But
Some songs will stir you up, and to me, I think especially with artists that having your peers, having somebody else doing some music that's going to be a big motivator or whatever might inspire you to do something or whatever to some degree. Sometimes I fall. I mean, music is just like relationships. Sometimes I fall in and out of love with it. I had this love affair with it, and then I'm like, shit, I need to put this down because none of it, I don't get it, or I gotta go back and turn the block around and just re-listen to it because maybe I missed something. So I try not to give like every artist. I try to give it the benefit of the doubt. Some is gonna instantly hit, some you gotta go back and listen to. And then if you listen to a third time and you're not feeling it, then maybe you're just not feeling it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
yeah,
And that's okay. That's okay. But um when it comes with this song, are you gonna put anything visual behind it as far as
I
like a
want
video or
to.
something?
I want to. There is a director I like working with. However, um, you know, people need to realize, like, I just want to put it out there, when working with independent artists, you're working with independent artists. You cannot charge an independent artist a certain amount of money that, let's say, an artist who's signed to an independent label and has some funding, because what they do is they charge unreasonable prices, but they're not so unreasonable that a younger artist might catch them. So if you have, and that's another issue that I have to. Oh, well, I'm talking about issues. You just asked me if it's any visuals.
No, no, no. You
I,
good. You good though. You good. You good. You good.
yeah, but uh, I want something in particular with this music video because it's hard to just tell the story. And I have a simpler way of telling it, but I would need someone that has some training or a lot of experience with different types of genres of film outside of just rap videos. Maybe magic shows,
Yeah.
circus, or theatrical, like movies, like a sci-fi movie or something like that, because for this song, I want something um, that's more with my trademark style. Trademark style is kind of like the lyrics to "It's the One." I have other songs that are kind of dark as well. So
What do you determine your song to be? Because you mentioned that a couple of times. You said dark, like some of these songs are dark. Like, what do you classify as dark? Dark with a message, or just because when I hear dark music, I don't necessarily like a message. A music with a message doesn't necessarily determine it's dark to me. But what gets you to say that what this is a dark song?
oh well, I just use the term dark because it's a little in the shadows.
Okay.
It's in the shadows, because it touches on death. It doesn't, for people who understand it. Everybody may not understand it. That's what I'm singing about, but
Yeah.
um, it touches on it.
I feel it. I
That's
feel it.
why.
It also comes with like, music with a message as well. So it's just like, sometimes it could be, a little foggy in terms of just how you interpret it or whatever. But I can also like, it doesn't, I mean, to me, dark is just like, dang, I'm gonna put this out there. I don't really care. It's just like that heavy metal cult type stuff or whatever. That's dark to me. Like that just kind of takes me into a place where I just don't want to be, right? When it comes to like music
Well,
with
yeah,
a
I can
message.
understand if someone wouldn't want to listen to the song because
Yeah.
they don't want to
Yeah.
hear about. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But it's just like, but you know what? It's just like other like types of songs. But I just feel like this is missing in this business. And you can say yes or no in general. Like the music that you have right now that just came out that has a message. It's not dark in my
yeah,
opinion, but it has a message. But there's
yeah.
so many songs out here right now that just doesn't. And I just lose focus on it because it doesn't reel me into the story play that needs to happen. Right or wrong.
Mhm. Yeah, I understand what you mean. There's definitely songs that are hard to listen to because they're seemingly nonsensical, but I do word paint
Yeah.
most of the time with my songs. So that's just my style of art. I've tried to make songs that were more abstract, but see, even abstract makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've tried to make more abstract pieces, and they're okay.
But see,
But
that's what
but
makes
I
you
can't
different.
make, yeah,
I was just
I
gonna say
can't
that's
make
what makes you
songs
a
that
little
just,
different regarding what you do, because how you interpret your music is just like painting a picture. Like
oh,
somebody can walk up and listen to like what you got and like, you know what? I feel that picture. I have a connection with it. It's because the
yeah,
consumer, like myself, is trying to connect with that. There's other people who just looks at it on the surface, and let me just move on to this one. And we got too much of that. We got too much of that. We need more people to like, let me let me tap in and find out if I like it. And then discover that, oh shit, I do. Like I do like it. And then
yeah,
it comes the why. That's why so many people back in the day, Eyes, would listen to a song over and over again because they found a connection with it. They can
yeah.
now sing along because they remember the verse or whatever, or the this or the that. Whatever that triggered them to remember these lyrics is gonna like reign supreme. And I'm just telling you what I feel. I just feel like we don't have enough of that though. Just saying.
Thank you, thank you.
So with the visual possibly coming soon as you're working on certain things, um how do you feel your place in this business of music is? Do you feel like there's still more for you to do? You still feel like you've hit a stride?
Yes. It's not an issue of like me wanting to do it or me knowing. It's an issue of being able to.
Okay.
Like I said, even with the video, I'm not saying, everyone's trying to overcharge me, but let's say I need someone to do like a special kind of editing for it.
Mhm.
And then you want to charge me, let's say you want to charge me 200 for the video, right? But then you want to charge me 1,200 to edit. People do stuff like that, and I want to like pick the right person for that. So uh, it takes a while. So being able to find the right people is always a thing. So um, I'm very lucky to have worked with people that I enjoy, but just because there are people that you can work with and you enjoy, they may not necessarily be right for this particular project,
That's fair.
And so yeah, I want to work with someone particularly visually who can like really illustrate the song,
Mhm.
and in a more different way.
What's been your visit your yeah, I guess in a lot of ways, what's been your biggest challenge in assembling these types of people? Is it the interest level is great on some, and then you find out, there's no connection? Like, what's been your biggest challenge on trying to
You
assemble
know,
a team? Because
someone told me a few days ago that it's not necessarily me that they have a problem with, it's the success of it. Because they
oh,
say that I'm serious about it,
right,
and they know that if I'm going to do something, I'm really going to put 100% into it. And people
okay,
don't want that. Some people want to be at a lower level. So
wow,
sometimes it's not about money. It's not
wow,
about money. It's not about money. It's about they're happy being down here, and they
yeah,
may not want to work with you
yeah,
because if you work with them, you're going to elevate them. And it's not about saying, "Oh, I don't want fame," because people just assume you're. I don't want people to assume I'm only talking about fame.
no
It's
doubt.
just sometimes working with somebody, you elevate them,
You would
and some
hope
people don't want to be elevated.
that facts,
Yeah.
and you know
Somebody had
what?
to explain that to me multiple times because it wasn't the only person who has told that to me. but this last person kind of made it more clear. Like,
I'm a
listen.
pure on testament to what you just said, and that hits heavy
Yeah,
just because I spent years trying to assemble teams of hopefully like-minded people. But then when you get connected to them and you realize, like, okay, I'm at this level and they're still right here. They say they want to get here though, but they're still right here.
that's exactly, that's a
It's
big problem for
hard.
me.
But see, they don't realize they keep saying they want here, but they have a mentality of right here. Their actions, their habits, their lack of effort. They can say all they want to, well, I'm still working to get here. No, you're not based on this. Because if you are comfortable right here, if that comfort level is good there, you're never going to get to here because honestly, you have to be uncomfortable so you can be able to level up and do the things you want to do. And that means literally reorganize your life, check yourself, deal with the people in your circle. If they're not for you, get rid of them. And then your habits, you got to break bad habits so you can be able to get to the point where you want to assemble a team that vibes like you. Because I promise, and you know this, Eyes, if you get to the point where you're still doing the same shit over and over again with the same people, you're never going to grow. You can have that like-minded and you could be able to level it up, do it that way. But the whole system changes when people start moving together and they're literally climbing ladders and stairs together so they can be able to level it up. But if you don't,
Yeah,
you're going to continue to still be on the bottom. That's just fair. In
yeah,
fact, I
yeah. And
know this.
some people, yeah, some people, they're able to make money, but they're not going to be able to present themselves seriously. Let's say they do get an opportunity, and then, but then all of a sudden, let's use that example. Secondly, let's say you finally get that opportunity and you screw it up, but you don't see how you screwed it up,
There
and
you
all of
go.
a sudden, oh, don't work with them because they this.
There you go.
Don't work with them because they that. So they are racist.
There
Oh,
you
they
go.
don't like this, and that's not it.
There you
You
go.
couldn't prove your worth. And that's another thing too. Like, now I'm just grinding things that grind my gears with social media today. There's lots of positive affirmations out there, but there's very few influencers that's going to say accountability.
Mm, mm,
There's all sorts of influencers that says you worth it. You worth it. You charge that price. Your customer was wrong. Your client was wrong.
no doubt. No doubt.
No one ever
Hey,
says you messed up.
I posted
Apologize to your client.
I posted
No
something
one
like
ever
a
says
while.
apologize. You were in the wrong.
Yeah, yeah. See, there you go. See, I posted something that said that
Yeah.
sometimes I'm the problem. Now
Yep.
trend that. You know what I mean? Because to me,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you really want to understand and layer what it is, you just said something that's important. That is accountability 101. And as an artist and as a person in any business, in any relationship, you have to have some kind of accountability. You have to say, you know what, my bad. It could be me sometimes. I'm not perfect. I'm not.
Mhm.
But the best thing I can
Yeah.
do, again, it goes back to effort, right? The best thing I can do is get off my soapbox and stop being perfect and then just be like, look, all right, I'm gonna hold myself accountable, but I'm gonna make a max effort so I can be able to give you the things that you need to have in order for us to be able to work. That means more communication, that means more accountability, that means more setting expectations for what the future looks like. Because true story real quick, I was
Mhm.
work with a lot of people in different businesses or whatnot, and some people are just dead set on just retiring, just be like, you know what, I'm good, I don't need to do nothing else, I'm fine with the bare minimum. And that's okay for those people, but it's not for me. And to me, I think you have to separate that. And you can be fine with those kind of people out there doing what they're doing and they're comfortable. But if that's not you, then you need to figure out how, this stuff's going to wind up aligning later, because this could not work as an artist eyes. Like, if I'm here telling you, like, you know what, I'm good in what I'm doing, I don't care about growing, I'm fine, what
Yeah.
good am I to you? when all
Yeah.
you're doing is climbing up ladders and more ladders and more ladders and shit like that, right? Like, I'm not good to you
Yeah.
if
And
I'm just set in my ways.
yeah. What people don't understand too is it is a commitment being in
Mhm.
this business, no matter what area. The
Yep.
artist is the one who takes everything the hardest, not even intentionally. When a song sounds bad, no one ever says the audio engineer didn't know what they was
No
doing.
doubt,
They
no
say that
doubt,
artist
no
can't sing, that artist can't rap.
doubt.
People don't understand, or maybe some do, and I'm just lost, but
Yeah,
audio engineers, you control a lot of things. And
facts.
producers, not just music producers, but people who do the music videos.
Mhm.
Being irresponsible can cost an artist what feels like their life.
There you go. There you
You
go.
losing music files and you're a studio that charges $100 an hour. You suppose and you don't archive everything. That artist probably do want to kill themselves. You want to be a music video director, not go to any kind of college, and you don't archive your files, and then the artist has it and something happened, they come back and ask you, oh no, I deleted it. You, that's on
Mm,
you. Well,
mm,
that's called professionalism. And
right.
I was in this industry with a lot of older people who were more and I think that that's my biggest flaw in this in being in the entertainment industry, because I was a child, and I'm talking to people who were in their 40s when I'm like 10.
Mm,
Okay, so
mm,
these people are like, oh, I own my own masters. You always keep your what we call files today. They have
no
these
doubt.
big tapes,
Right,
or
right.
some of them did have files, but hard drives weren't like how they are today. They were more expensive, stuff like that. And the truth is other people do kind of control the artist. When
Mhm.
you're independent, it's easy to hide, to kick you under the rug. They think you
Right.
don't have any influence, but the truth is, like, when you keep treating people like that, you're not gonna you may not treat every artist that comes to your studio, your office, or whatsoever like that, but
Yeah.
at some point one of these artists is gonna punch you in the face one day. It may not be me, may not be me, but one day you're gonna get the whatever it is you get. It ain't gonna be nothing like what you did to the artist, but you're gonna get something,
For sure.
because you can't do that. And if you're gonna scam people, the biggest scammers, well, I'm not gonna try to give people on how to scam people, but you can't keep doing that. If you rob a
Yeah.
bank and you got lucky, don't press your luck.
Well,
Don't rob a bank every Sunday. Don't keep doing it.
right, right.
Get what you need and that's it. Like, don't
Yeah.
keep pressing your luck when you get away with stuff. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
starting to forget.
because when you do, it could be an awful problem, and that's what a lot of people, I mean, this music industry and this world, I mean, all we got is a bunch of scammers, and our job is to filter out the ones who really ain't for you, that's where we come back to what we were talking about earlier is trust. Like, my lack of trust is so much so I don't believe you look like because AI is now taking over. So I need to literally get some
Yeah.
reconnaissance on what's what so I can realize that you are you and all this other stuff. It's different now. So that's why the trust has to be different. But for you, Eyes, what have you, I mean, because you've been in this business for a long time, you've seen a lot, you've been, active and around it since you were little. So, what motivates you to still do the things you do today?
What motive? It's not motivation, so much as I don't do anything else. Like, I don't want to say music is like breathing, but sometimes it is.
It is.
Um, yeah,
Be real, Eyes. It is. It's literally it's life's blood in a lot of different ways. It is so emotional. It will get you through shit. It will break you down. and it can literally mold and shape what a lot of people do. So I'm just putting it out there. It's okay for you to say that. It's fine because that's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't want to look at music like I use it. You know what I mean? So
I
it's
feel
like
you.
it's my purpose. And that's the sad thing. And that's why some artists want to commit suicide. It's their purpose and they're not being allowed their purpose. And at some point, it's not you. It's not that you, it's no accountability because some, with myself, because I've been doing this since I was little, it's over. If I make a mistake, you don't know how terrible I feel. I still think about mistakes I made when I was 16.
I feel you.
Like I
I'm
made
with
a
you.
mistake when I was 16 and I still think about it to this day. I'm trying to let it go, but at some point it's like, yeah, that person did be wrong, but I used to pray to God. Why didn't God why didn't God do anything? Like, you
But
know what I
see,
mean? Like,
but see,
yeah,
a lot of people, even with that, like,
uh,
God is not gonna do it for you. God is gonna,
yeah,
remind you of the things that you got to do in some cases or whatnot. Like, it's just like, anything in life really is like you seek, and this is for whoever believes in whatever. Like, if I believe in God like that, and I'm not gonna like wait till He gives me the answer. I am going to still seek it while I'm still seeking guidance from Him because I feel like that's the motivation in itself. Like, some people wait for the heavens to fall down and for it to automatically be something. And in my opinion, that's not it. Don't wait for it. He's putting it in your head for a reason. So it's there for you to go seek and sought after whatever kind of peace of mind or whatever it is that you have going on. Because waiting is going to stress people out. I'm just saying in general,
no,
like it
I
really
meant
will.
well. What I meant is for people who like on my end, like I did all of the possible things that I could possibly do.
Yeah,
Why didn't God why didn't God do anything? It's not about
I feel you.
giving me all this stuff. It's like, well, you saw that person just do that, and I
Let me.
didn't. You know what I mean? It's like, why is everybody else getting rewarded, but here I am. I worked hard. Let's say I didn't have any talent, but I still been doing this since I was 3 years old. Well, where's my record deal? It's not like
Let me. Let
I don't know
me.
anybody.
Let
Like
me.
you know, it's no.
Let
I'm
me ask.
saying. I'm just
I
saying
got
it,
you.
it's
I got you.
yeah. Like, well,
But
where's my record deal? I know the
l-
same people they know. Like,
let me ask you this though,
yeah,
because to me, I think this is important, especially with you, asking that question, where's my record deal?
yeah,
Maybe it wasn't meant for you to go down that path.
yeah,
Because to me, I think overall, this is teaching you something about independence, self-worth, who you're going to align yourself with that's going to keep you relevant. Because these people seem like they made it and
yeah,
financially made it and everything else.
yeah,
But I promise you
sure,
this, there is demons that they are fighting just like we all
sure,
do or deal with or whatever. They're just doing
yeah,
it with public attention, right? So in a lot of cases, sometimes that record deal, Eyes, was not meant to happen because it was meant for you to do something more, something better,
yeah,
something on a level like that.
yeah. I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, in regards to like the message of the song, like, it's like
Yeah,
even if it's not a record deal, it's like it could be anything because it's like everybody else has sandwiches and you don't have crumbs. They could, oh, we're making you this turkey
yeah,
sandwich, and we carving that turkey for you, but everybody else they got peanut butter and jelly. They promising you a turkey sandwich, and your turkey sandwich don't come after 5 years. Let's say you five and then you 10 now. After 5 years, you probably don't think about it no more. You know that this is what you
right.
do,
Have you
but
ever
but
had
you
a
ain't got no
situation?
turkey sandwich. Everybody else got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and it's like, well,
Right.
I would like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich too because I'm hungry, and
Yeah.
if I don't eat anything, I'm gonna die.
Have you ever had a situation where it's funny that you made that analogy up because I kind
Yeah,
of take that analogy as well. And I look at it like everybody's eating good over there, but I'm eating top ramen or I'm doing something, something, something. But my hustle is way like, in terms of whatever, I feel like I'm doing everything I can, but I'm still eating top ramen. Like, what is going on with me where I gotta do that. But some of that is part of what humbles me as well, because I remember
Mm.
those moments where I had that, where I had no choice but to have that as a kid and as an adult. But what kept me moving was because, you know what, I need to go seek that out. Not just because I need to go eat like them, but I need to make sure that I'm comfortable so I can have options. And to me, I think that's the biggest thing. I can watch what everybody's doing right now, and I'm seeing a lot of people winning, and some people are winning fraudulently. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some
that's
people ain't
true.
winning real, but my time is coming and I know it. And it's not about notoriety or being bigger than life or being famous or whatever. It's about being consistent and letting that consistency literally motivate you where you're financially good with the core with the consistent fan base who's willing to invest in more so than anything. Like that to me is better than being a fucking Beyonce or Cardi B or whatever, in my opinion. Because I'm not trying to be like them. I'm just trying to be good in my own pocket, in my own
Yeah,
world,
no, yeah.
comfortable.
Some artists, it's not that they want to be like another artist. They
Yeah,
want to be themselves, but you still need to eat to live.
no
Some
doubt.
some
No
people
doubt.
aren't trying to live to eat. Some people need to eat to live, and it's
Yep.
like also too. Sometimes things get cruel, and sometimes one of the most backward things, it's not necessarily in this song, but one of the most backwards things is a lot of artists are doing better than you and have the nerve to be jealous of you. And that
What?
is something
What?
that
Well, you know
that
why, right?
surprises
You,
me.
but
Huh?
you know why, right? They are having success, but they are jealous of you because you are free. You were doing something with something that they wish they had. They wish they had the kind of freedom that you currently have, because they can have all, again, it goes back that you can have all the money that you can have, but you can probably still not be happy. And I see this person over there barely surviving, but that man or that woman is thriving, feeling good, have control over their life. And I don't want to have a situation where I got so much money and I can't control it. I want to control it and not the other way around. And I think that's where a lot of people get blurred. So when you get to that point where you got old person, famous person jealous of you, that's why. They see you being your best self. They see you being your best self and you can't lose that way. And then they looking at themselves and be like, "Oh, I feel like I'm good, and I got to stunt and pretend like I am," but they're not happy up here like you are. And I think that's the biggest
Yeah, and
thing
they
that is
put
of
in, they're
value at the end of the
fixated
day.
on you. That is obnoxious.
That's But it's real and it's out there. And I've heard it from not just you, but from other people who literally has moderate success and still climbing the ladder, trying to be consistently and financially independent and this, that, and the other. And you got this old person over here who's an investor, who's rich, quote unquote. They match whatever's in their account or in their portfolio, but they're not rich in the mind. And I feel like that's where a lot of people lose because they don't have that, whatever, for whatever reason, they don't have that peace of mind. And that's, I can't move like that. I would rather be, just go with what I'm saying. I would rather be a millionaire with a clear conscience and peace of mind than a billionaire with billionaire chaos and problems and all kinds of other stuff that I can't control. I would rather be comfortable with who I am and what I'm doing with being who I am instead of that. You could take being a bit, you know why? Because billionaire, what I ain't got, what, how am I gonna spend all that money? And then you got about this, and this, and
I
this.
can figure it out.
But you get what I'm saying. Like, there's not enough money in the world that can take away my peace. I want comfortable. I want to be financially comfortable. We all do. We all should strive for that. But once you get that, I'm not greedy where I'm trying to chase crazy things. That's just not who I am. So, that's just me though. But
Yeah.
no, I just feel like this conversation with you is very therapeutic, but also as we talk about
Oh,
your
okay.
single, your single is it's very on point, but also it makes me realize that, you know what, I'm just glad there's enough people out here like yourself that is doing songs with a message because I don't hear it
Thank
that
you.
much anymore. Like I don't. Oh, it's just kind of crazy. So where can people check you out?
Also, as far as social media, I'm most active on Instagram. So if you like to try to talk to your favorite artists, Instagram is the place to go. Um, I have a link tree to my websites. I have an older website, itseyes.com. I don't update it too much, but uh, you can still sign up to get on my emailing list there. You can also DM me your email address. And I have another website, but it's a Wix site. So it's I'm so Eyez Wix site. That one is more current and up to date. Um, I'm most active on Instagram. I do have YouTube and TikTok. My YouTube account is Eyes Pop Music, EYEZ Pop Music. Um, I'm on Facebook, which I don't really like being on Facebook like that. So,
Who does in
but Eyes.
2025? Like I don't know about you. And Facebook is
Yeah, I'm on TikTok at It's Eyes. I Miss Eyes on Instagram, as I said. And I have a lot of other social media sites as well, but I'm probably not on there like Lemonade. I'm not on there often. Um, I have a Bandcamp page. That's eyes.bandcamp.com. So eyez.bandcamp.com. And I do release a lot of my music there first, especially remixes. I sell merchandise on that website. And I'm excited about that. I have autograph headshots that I sell on my Bandcamp page. I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon, but you have to be on my on my emailing list. And then of course I'll be selling a couple as well. So yeah, that's where you can find me at. As far as my music, it's on all of the streaming platforms, and you can also purchase it off iTunes, Amazon, Seven Digital, and like I said, Bandcamp.
okay, perfect, perfect. So as we wrap it up, give out some shout outs. I still believe in shouting out folks who is influential in your life and stuff like that. So, the floor is yours. Give some shout outs to some people you could think of.
So shout out to Teresa Campbell. Shout out to Dr. Letitia Wright. Shout out to Devon Black, Sharon Manuel, Cheryl Manuel. Um, My Music Black TV Awards. Tony Saucio. I just met him. He's really cool. And this is someone I haven't talked to a lot about, but TJ Bantam. TJ Bantam, wherever you are, I'm shouting you out and I want to send you a little bit of love because you've brought a lot of positivity to my platform and my Instagram page. Thank you. And I'm trying to continue on with some of the positive things that you brought me to other people. So when I see you again on Instagram, I hope it's all good. So yeah, those are some people.
That's love right there, though. That's love. In closing, I've known you for a while, interviewed you, audio interview. This is our first video one. I appreciate you and I'm proud of you for still grinding, doing your thing. There's no quitting you, and I love that about you. No matter what's going on in your life, you still smiling, doing your thing. So, that's awesome. And I can't not just thank you enough for keeping the communication lines open. Like, I just want to see
Yeah.
everybody win. So you bigger than where you're at right now, then that means, you know what? I remember that girl when I interviewed her like a couple of years ago on audio, and now she's right here doing. That's what I want to see. And if we all combine our resources, we can all move in so many different directions. It's crazy. So just keep the levels up. I already subscribed to your website. That's why I get the news. So I encourage everybody to tap in, not just follow her on her social media, but just support her grind. You can still buy her music. Not buy just sounds so weird. Just invest in her music. That sounds
Uh,
better. Invest, because the more people out there investing in her stuff, the more she can continue to give you more stuff. So to me, it's important. Invest in her. She will bring it right back. The return on investment is simple. She will continue to come keep making new music, working with different people, and try to make it better. That's the marketing 101. I'm gonna tell you that I do for Eyes right now. Like, y'all go support that girl. Go do that. Hey, I can't thank you enough for still doing what you're doing. So keep the grind up. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we will see you on the next. Anytime you want to come back in, all you gotta do is just say, "Hey, yeah, I'm ready for an interview. Let's go. Let's go." So we're gonna do that. That's what it is. So that's what's happening. So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Got you. Y'all go follow my girl. Do it on social media. Do it right now. This is Charles. I am Brandon Madison of Next Legacy Radio. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button. Make sure you subscribe to all her Instagram and stuff like that. I appreciate everybody who is listening and have been listening. Until the next time, I'll see you when I see you.